I used to think calorie tracking would make me obsessed with food, like constantly thinking about numbers, stressed about every meal, unable to enjoy eating anymore. And turns out I was more obsessed when I wasn't tracking. I spent over 12 years trying every diet that promised I'd never needed to count calories, plant-based, carnivore, eat as much as you want, they said. I ended up at 165 pounds, feeling like garbage with no idea how to fix it. Let me show you the irony that changed everything. For over 10 years I was plant-based, and everywhere online the message was the same. You don't need to track calories, you're eating healthy, it's just plants, and eat as much as you want, your body knows what it needs. So that's what I did. I started ultra high carb, just rice, potatoes, oats, fruits, everything healthy, right? And then at some point I added vegetable oils to my carbs. And that's still plant-based, so still healthy. And slowly over years I kept gaining weight, but I never tracked calories because tracking was stupid. I was eating plants, the weight was supposed to magically drop off no matter what I ate, except it didn't. Every meal was still a mental calculation I couldn't solve. Is this too much rice? Should I eat more protein? Am I overeating? Am I even eating enough? I was constantly guessing, constantly stressed about food and constantly hungry. I'd stress about eating all day long because I had no idea what I was consuming and why I kept gaining weight. That's not food freedom, that's food anxiety with a prettier name. But I kept believing the advice, just eat intuitively, your body knows. Spoiler, my body did not know. After over 10 years of gaining weight on plants, something had to change. My weight was affecting my mental health, my physical health, and I felt really trapped. And that's when I discovered carnivore. And guess what the carnivore community said? You don't need to track calories, just eat meat. Eat as much as you want, your body will regulate itself. Sound familiar? But you know what? It worked. I lost weight, I never tracked a single calorie. Hey magic, I thought, I was right. Tracking is stupid. You just need the right diet. Except I felt incredibly restricted. Over 10 years plant-based, now 100% carnivore, I was swinging from one extreme to the other. And when I finally took a day off carnivore, I went on a rampage. Ice cream, pancakes, all the food I'd been avoiding for years. Same mindset, tracking is stupid, my body knows what it needs. Boom, 165 pounds, no idea how to lose weight, feeling like absolute garbage. And that was my breaking point. I had spent over 10 years avoiding tracking. Plant-based gurus said I didn't need it. Carnivore people said I didn't need it. And both times I believed them. But here I was, 165 pounds skinny fat, miserable, with zero self-control. So I made a deal with myself. Track everything for just like 1 to 2 weeks, see what I'm actually eating. No judgment, no changing anything yet, just collecting data. And within a few days everything clicked. I wasn't eating enough protein, not even close to 0.8 grams per pound. My portions, wildly inconsistent. Some days I'd eat 2,300 calories before I even had dinner, thinking it wasn't enough food. And on other days I'd barely hit like 1,400 calories and I was wondering why I was starving. The numbers didn't lie, my diet was a complete mess. And for the first time in 12 years I had control. Not restriction, control. There's a massive difference. Here's what happened when I started tracking everything. This oatmeal bowl, 840 calories, and I know that. So I also know I have 860 calories left for dinner when I want to lose weight, which means I can eat this, or I can swap some of those calories for pizza or bread or cake, whatever I want. Because I know my numbers, I can make informed choices instead of anxious guesses. Want pizza tonight? Cool, I'll adjust my rice portion at lunch. Want that piece of cake? I'll swap it for the exact amount of calories in oats or any other of my carb sources of today. This is food freedom. Not eating whatever, whenever and hoping it works. That's chaos. That's how I got 165 pounds and I would have gotten to 200 pounds or more eventually just in a matter of time. And real freedom is knowing you can fit anything you want because you understand the math. I have tracked more than 250 days now and I'm more relaxed about food than I ever was during my intuitive eating decade, more relaxed than I was when I was on carnivore diet, more relaxed than when I was plant-based. It really doesn't matter the form of diet. When you are starting to track, you always will have more mental peace. At least that's what happened to me. The mindset shift is this: tracking isn't about restriction, it's about information. When you don't track, every meal is a gamble and you're guessing, hoping, stressing. Is this too much? Should I eat more? Will this make me gain weight? Will I lose weight? That's exhausting, and I did that for over 10 years. When you do track, you have data, and data removes anxiety. Can I eat this? Becomes, does this fit my numbers today? One of those questions creates stress, and the other creates clarity. I lost 30 pounds this way, and I'm going to keep it off. I eat pizza, chocolate spread on bread, rice, cake, whatever I want, and I never feel guilty because I know it fits. That's not obsession, that's freedom. And the irony, I was terrified tracking would control my life, but it's the only thing that gave me my life back. If you want to see my exact tracking system, the meals I eat, how I structure my days, the framework that lets me eat like this, I broke down everything in a video that will show up here on the screen in any moment now. Same simple base meals, same tracking method, the same freedom. No more guessing, no more food anxiety, no more swinging between extreme diets hoping one of them is the magic solution. Just data, just control, just results. I'll see you there.